So the Game, he's been in a court case with Priscilla Rainey. Now, the reason why he was in a court case, because when he had his reality show called She Got Game, he had took her out on a date. He wasn't supposed to take her out on a date outside of the confines of the show, but he decided to do that. And during that time period, when he took her out on the date, he thought that he could handle her like any other woman. So Priscilla Rainey, she is a realtor and entrepreneur. Now, she described, the date of what happened and why she sued the Game for $7 million. So when he took her out on this particular date, he thought that he could handle her like he handled some groupies. And he had, took her to this particular place, had people around. He started to, fill up on her. He ended up raising her skirt, touching her bare bottom, touching her private parts, touching her breasts, etc. And he did it a few times. She was very upset. She didn't invite him to do that. He decided to do that on his own. When they got back with the bus of the show, he told her, don't tell nobody we went out, but she ended up talking about it. People was upset and said, oh, well, she's cheating. She's going to win. And he got upset about that. And she blasted him out to what he did to her. And he argued and threatened that he was going to, choke her or whatever, right, on the show. So she ended up suing him. And after all the fighting, he didn't take it seriously at all. So the judge had awarded Priscilla with his record label, Prolific Records, and the royalties of his latest release, Born to Rap. Okay. So on her page, she ended up leaving a meme to him. So they try to say, oh, she don't own the label. She don't get any royalties. Well, I saw the official post of what the court case said. And yes, she's going to own all that. And he would be working for her at that point. Now, of course, for her to recover all that, we'll see. But this is the thing. It don't matter what man it is. If a woman don't want you to put your hands on her like that, don't. That's one thing I was always glad about. I never was thirsty. I felt like I had to be putting my hands on a woman. That's something I never felt I needed to do. I felt that your conversation need to be so good with a woman will be trying to touch you before you touch her. I mean, because if you get her right here, it'll be easy to get her everywhere else. You ain't got to be, but they got guys like that. They can't even have a conversation with a woman. And then if a woman look a certain way, as we seen in the photos with Priscilla, they can't handle themselves. I'm like, listen, they got women that look like Priscilla and own. You got to still conduct yourself as a man and act like you got some common sense. And, he going to pay for that. Now, he lucky that he got to just pay some money. Because they could have jammed him up on some criminal charges, and there you go. Because they would love to jam him up. They like to put a brother in jail. So my thing is, just keep your hands to yourself. Keep your hands to yourself. You ain't got to put your hands on every woman you talk to. You don't want to do that, especially in America. That's the last place you want to pull a stunt like that. But you shouldn't even have to be doing that anyway. I mean, if you're a quote-unquote celebrity, then, you should be able to get women, I guess. But I guess he didn't have it like that. I don't know. But not all women want you just touching on them like that. They actually want you to talk to them. Have a conversation. Get to know her a little bit. Because you just meet a woman and she's not down for something like that, and she's actually want to get to know you as a person, that's the first thing you do is go touching on her, then she'll be like, man, for real? Like, that's all you here to do? I mean, you might well go find some tricks to do that. I'm not a trick like that. But, guys like that feel that all women is going to be tricking off, and not all of them will. So that's a $7 million lesson, bro. Oh, that's an expensive lesson to have. But let me know in the comments what you think about the Game and him like just getting himself jammed up. So he basically lost his record label, the royalties of his album going to her. So let's say a song from that album, blow up, go platinum. He not going to get a dime of it. Man. God, boy, that's stupid. The Game should have kept his hands to himself.